Yo, what's up, everybody? Antonio Starr here. This is the First Generation Millionaire podcast. This is the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, September? How y'all doing this month? Listen, another conversation I want to have with you guys. A few other things I want to say to you guys. A lot of stuff I want to say to you guys. We're going to keep it pushing. But today, I'm sitting here and I'm doing my knowledge, and I'm for whatever reason, I had a flashback to when my kids were younger, mainly my daughter, and when we were teaching her how to drive. Well, really me, my wife, her nerves can't deal with it. But, I'm teaching her how to drive. And have you ever been in a situation, especially when you first started driving, if you come into an intersection and you're trying to go right, and there's a flow of traffic, but you yield to that flow of traffic. And ultimately what you're trying to do is make that right-hand turn and find your place in the lane, right? So you can make that right-hand turn while keeping the traffic going, blah, blah, blah. And in that situation, have you ever had someone behind you that was very impatient and they start blowing the horn, brr, 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 but you're waiting your turn, right? You want to be safe. You want to make this turn. You don't want to hit another car. You don't want another car to hit you, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like double dutch. You're waiting for your opportunity to jump in. I've been through those scenarios so many times, not only personally when I'm driving, but mainly with my kids. And there was one particular day when my daughter was in that scenario that I just painted for you, someone behind us, and we had student driver stickers on the car and everything. And listen, people don't care, man. Americans, man, you guys are vicious. You Americans are vicious. So they're behind, they're just laying into the horn. And she let her foot off the brake and she started to hit the gas. And I said, wait, hold on a second. What are you doing? She's like, the person behind me is telling me to go. I say, fam, no. When you're in this car, the number one priority is your safety and the safety of your passengers. You don't let the person behind you dictate when you go, because they don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So you don't let the person dictate. And then my kids will tell you, especially back then, like my voice is always elevated, right? And I get that from my man, Roberto. But that's a whole nother story. But my voice is like elevated, but I'm not yelling. I'm just emphasizing the importance of something. Like I speak in exclamation marks sometimes. But that leads me to the lesson today, the short, brief lesson that I want to give you guys today. And this lesson is titled, as I was thinking about it, I went back and I listened to this Biggie Smalls record, Sky's the Limit. And that's a part of Biggie Smalls record when he says, stay far from timid. Don't make moves if your heart's not in it. Don't make moves unless your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. So this one is called, don't make moves unless your heart is in it. So how does this relate to life? How does this relate to business, Antonio? Fam, this is you. You're in a position right now where you're yielding to the flow of traffic and you know your lane. You've identified your lane. You're trying to get into your lane. But if you make a move too soon, there'll be a problem. If you make a move too late, there will be a problem. You have to make the move when your heart is in it, when your heart is telling you to go, when the work that you've put in is telling you to go, when your due diligence is telling you to go, when God is telling you to go, that's when you make the move. But what happens is we're surrounded by so many impatient people. We're surrounded by people that really don't know what their lane is. We're surrounded by people that may be more savvy than us. We're surrounded by people that may have a bigger engine behind them. At the time she was in a 4-cylinder. So the person behind them could have been in a V8 Mustang GT or something. So they have more pickup and go. So their time to take their position is shortened because, the way this car is coming and the power that you have in your car, you don't have enough power right now to get in this lane and not run the risk of this car slamming into the back of you. So the point is that you're in your lane. You have to stay focused on your lane. You don't allow anyone to demand and dictate when you go, fam. Don't be timid. Don't be timid. When it's your time, you go and you take charge and you fall into your lane and you ride your lane. But if it's too soon, don't allow someone else behind you blowing their horn because they're impatient. Don't allow someone that's behind you that's a lot older than you and they're trying to make up for time. Don't allow someone that was poor at planning and they're running late. Don't allow them to dictate the moves that you make. You go when your heart is in it, fam. You go when your heart is in it, because the last thing you want to happen is the first big move that you make and you get T-boned. And now you're hurt. You got your side hurt. You know what I mean? You crack some ribs because you jumped out there too soon, fam. Or if you jump out there too late, now you've missed your position. Now you've missed your position in your lane because now that lane is closed for whatever reason. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it, family. Only make moves when your heart is in it. When it's your time to go, I need you to go. We get glamorized so much, family. I'm gonna tell you the truth about me. Like, I'm rarely on Instagram. Like, I have to get my Instagram game up. But I'm rarely on Instagram because when I'm on Instagram, the facade that exists on that and the impact that it can have on our people. When I say our people, I'm talking about God's people that are trying to further themselves and move in life. It can be that blowing horn behind you. It can be that blowing horn behind you because you see someone that has this lavish photo shoot. They got rented cars, rented houses, rented clothes. They're just renting everything, and they're presenting it as an actual realism when it's all just a fallacy. Not all of it, but most of the times it's a fallacy. So what happens is we jump out there in our lane too soon. We jump out there in our lane too soon. We don't have the right engine. We don't have the right clearance. It is just not our time. It is just not your time. Your time will come. But when your time comes, you have to be prepared for it. Don't allow the environment, the manufactured environment around you, family. Don't allow it to dictate when you make a move. Don't allow it to intimidate you. Don't allow what other people are doing to intimidate you, because when you get in your lane, you're supposed to be in your lane, and you're focused on your lane. You're focused on your goals. You're focused on your achievement and your dreams, and all of this stuff is inside of your vehicle with you. And not only are you protecting yourself, but you're protecting the occupants of your vehicle. And inside of your vehicle are your dreams, are your aspirations, is your motivation, is your inspiration, is your family, is your future generations. All of these people, all of these things are inside of your vehicle, family. And you must protect it at all times. Never, ever, ever let anyone else dictate when you go. Antonio Shaw, hopefully this helps somebody. Make sure you share this and check out the podcast, family. First Generation Millionaire Podcast. We're on all platforms. Make sure you follow us. Follow me on Instagram, Antonio Star with 2 R's. Trust me, I need help with my Instagram, family. Like right now, I'm less than 1,100 followers. And by the end of September, I really need this to be 5,000 strong, interactive and engaged followers that we can and I can continue to build a relationship with and build a rapport with everyone. So, yo, take this information and let's go and let's build, family. Get in your vehicle, gas up your vehicle. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the motto, sky's the limit. Peace, y'all.